All right, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're watching this. Welcome to Crypto Trends Academy, Crypto Challenge Training. My name is Innocent OJK, not gold. Now, the biggest question of the year. How low is Bitcoin gonna go? Will it touch the previous all-time high of 20,000 that it done in the life cycle and start bouncing back? That means we are looking forward in the next 6 months or so for that to happen. Or will it just go up from here? Where will it go? Is it going to go low, down or up? Everybody is asking. Then another big question again is Terra, will it come back from the dead? People are asking everywhere. Is it a good idea to buy some right now? Or do we just watch it and then look at where it's going? Are we going in crypto space? Are we going into more pain? Or are we buying the deep right now? Is this the deep, or we should expect more pain? So we'll talk about all this in this week's analysis today for us to understand if we are going into more pain, or are we buying the deep? Is this the deep? As you can see, this is weekly chart. On TradingView, everything is just like, showing red much. And if you look at this now, this is weekly too. And on this chart that we've been using, is pointing down on weekly. I remember we'll talk more about Bitcoin, but today is all about Terra. But yes, let's look more about Bitcoin because that's the king of the market. Now, if you look at this now, at this line here, you can see there's a lot of support level on this area. There's a lot of support level on this 30, 29 or so. The market have moved down to 26. That was when it moved 26 plus and start bouncing back. So, but people are looking at the previous all-time, which is 20 here. We're looking at 20 being that we are going to have a V-shaped recovery. If it touched 20, that means we are going to recover back faster. So if it will touch 20 and recover back faster, but it's unlikely to me because Bitcoin has never touched the previous all-time high of the last cycle since. It never touched it. So the previous all-time high of the last cycle in 2017 was 20,000. So that means that 20,000 cannot be touched. That's according to the Bitcoin chart. So we don't expect that. That was why it touched 26 or so and bounced back because getting to 20. But people are thinking that if it touched 20, then we have a V-shaped recovery straight. That means like bottoming down and then when it bottoms straight up, that's V-shaped recovery. But now, if that will be what it is, because we're expecting it to go up to 30 something, but I don't expect it to go up from there to 40 and all that, but it will go back to 40, but we're expecting 100% bounce after 20. But will it touch 20? Even if it touched 20, that will be the first time Bitcoin touched its previous cycle or time high. And then before it bounced back. When it left that stage, it has left it, never come back to it again. So I don't see it sentimentally, but the graph is talking about that. Now, that will be when it will bounce. But now we're expecting Bitcoin to just, if we go up again, that will be around 30 something. It will get there will be a resistance, and then it will drop back, and then get to where you get before the movement up. Will it get to, yes, we get to 40 back, but there will be a movement of consolidations and all that before the movement happens. So for me, if it's going to go to 20, I want it to go now that everything is still uncertain, than going up again and then turn back again, go down, and then whenever it go down and start from there, that's when it's going to go up. But I don't see it touching the previous, but it's looking like, that. So now let me look at what some analysts are talking. Bitcoin is discounted near its realized price, but analysts say there's room for deep downside. That's what they're talking about. But let's see how it is. On-chain data suggests Bitcoin price is discounted, but analysts caution against expecting a rapid recovery. We don't expect a rapid recovery for now. So there are early signs of the dust settling. in the crypto market. Now that investors believe that the worst of the Terra Luna collapse looks to be over. Viewing Bitcoin's chart indicates that while the fallout was widespread and quite devastating for altcoins, Bitcoin has actually held up fairly well. Yes, because with this, we're expecting that it will just go to that 20, but Bitcoin has really held up well. So even with the May 12 drop to 26 point, market the lowest price level since 2020, multiple metrics suggest that the current levels could represent a good entry to BTC, the current level, because that's what they are feeling, that we have gotten to the deep. But yet, it's not yet hooray for now. For me, it's something we have to really look up to properly before. But people are looking at it, okay, maybe this is the deep. This pullback to this level is notable in that it was a retest of Bitcoin 200-week exponential moving average, AMA, that's 26,900. According to cryptocurrency research from Defeat Digital, the metric has historically served as a key area for price bottoms. So now people are feeling that this is the bottom, that we have gotten to the bottom. But now there will be a movement up, which we're expecting. But once that movement up happens, we still expect a nosedive. Are you getting? But when in our touch from there, it will move up. The USDT something, the UST something has really caused more harm than good in the crypto space. Sincerely, the market was still not stable, and then this thing now happened. It now just plunged everything down. So what happened is that there will be this drop, and then market will just move up again, up to 5, 10, 15, 20%. You see some of them doing high. So if you enter into a low and the coin now move up, sell, because the fear is still there. Just sell. Because as it drop now, maybe by tomorrow it just drop, you buy it as you are buying the dip. Then once it goes up a bit, just sell it, because very soon others will sell. People have been doing that. The market is still settling. It will take about a week or two for people to really forget what Luna did. Even 2 weeks is too small. Some will take a month, 2 months for them to forget. People are still afraid. The market is still shaking. But will this market survive this? No, we've survived it. There's only one coin that just did us one thing, and then Luna just did the whole thing and bring it down. So now, what are the real reasons behind the crypto crash? And what we can learn from Terra's fall? I want you to listen. I put this down. The document can be sent for you to go through on your own if I can't finish it here, because I want to analyze what I wrote here. I said crypto markets are in free fall this month, and their struggles have been gravely enhanced by the demise of a $60 billion project that critics are calling a Ponzi scheme. Imagine Terra Luna is now tagged as a Ponzi scheme. The project in question is Terra, UST, a stable coin pegged to the US dollar that its supporters hope would upend traditional payment systems across the world. But it was wiped out in the span of days when investors panicked and tried to pull out their money, causing a vicious self-enforcing bank run. So be like the bank want to go away, just like we want to have a bank that is going to crash and it's going out of business, and people are trying to go there and scramble their money and take their money. This crash bankrupted many investors and pulled down the entire crypto market with it. Many investors are bankrupt. I've seen videos of people who say their life savings are gone. $2,000, $2 million of one that traveled to a vacation, coming back, $2 million. Some people are now putting money in one cryptocurrency. That's wrong. You don't put your eggs in one basket. That has been, it still holds true till today. You never put your eggs in one basket. Over 400 billion in value was wiped out in terms of crypto market capitalization. 400 billion wiped out because of this Terra Luna case. Let me tell you the truth. There's no way sugarcoating it. This is among the most painful weeks in crypto history, and one we will reckon with for a long time to come. It's the most painful weeks. There's no way we are in the challenge. So I have to tell you the truth. It's the most painful week in crypto history. We've never seen it this way. Nobody sees it coming. I didn't. Nobody. So this pain will continue to be in a long time to come. We are trying to just make sure that we forget about it and every other thing, but it will be there. The pain of you seeing your money going down the drain. And you don't know what happened. How did it happen? Who did it? It's painful. Me, I'm not a fan of government coming into crypto, but what happened gives some thoughts for policymakers as they consider the path forward for stablecoin regulations. I'm not a fan. Sincerely, I'm not. But what happened is giving them that mind now they need to come. So why Terra investors, we are the ones most immediately hurt. Its downfall could have both short-term and long-term ripple effects to crypto and beyond, especially as skeptical legislators and regulators survey the damage. They are looking at the damage. The government are now looking into crypto space because people have lost their life savings through crypto investment. And there aren't enough protection in place to safeguard consumers from this risk. So the one person that I've been talking about this thing, Senator Elizabeth Warren, he's one of the people, he's a Democrat in the US. She has been against crypto, not especially stablecoin. So this gave her, amplify her thoughts now. He went to Times and was talking so many things that we need stronger rules and stronger enforcement to regulate this highly volatile industry. So the government are trying to come in, whether they're the one who caused it or what. But now let's look at what happened and what lies in store following the debacle. So what happened? What really happened? Because as I tell you, I'm shocked. Everybody in the crypto space is like shocked. I can't believe that Terra Luna have gone to $100 and something, went down to this, not a fourth of Luna, but a fourth of a project known as UST and other things. We need to know what happened. No, now, based on what I wrote here, I said Terra rapid rise and fall can be difficult to explain without any pro knowledge of the blockchain. If you don't have pro knowledge of the blockchain, it's hard to explain what happened. In fact, many of its boasters hide behind obfuscation and jargon to robust some of its obvious flaws. Here are the explanation. When you have all the jargons, you are talking about some certain things about the jargon. Every industry have their own jargon. So some people always try to use the jargon and all that to, talk about some of the things that happen. But now let's look at how this thing works. Because we all know that Terra have its own blockchain. We know that. Just like Bitcoin or Ethereum, they have their own blockchain. So its foremost product, most of the blockchains, when they create the blockchain, they like to create stable coin with it. It's only some that doesn't create that stable coin now because almost everybody wants to create stable coin. When Binance get their own blockchain, smart chain, what they just did is to create BUSD and all that. It's okay, they are already there to do. So many wanted to do that. Even some new blockchains now, they will get their own stable coin. So it's like, that's why regulations want to come into it. So the product of USD is that stable coin, which pegged to the US dollar. Now, we all know what stable coins are used. Is to save heavens for market in DeFi. So now when instead of you converting your money down to maybe cash, hard cash, which can be expensive, or maybe you pay a lot of taxes because of this. So traders prefer to put their money on stable coin, and stable coins are pegged with $1. So if you buy one stable coin like USDT, BSD, or whatever, it's still the same. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. Are you getting? So but there are differences in these stable coins. Some stable coins derive their value from being fully backed by reserves. What do I mean by that reserve? Now, if they want to create the token, they create 1 billion stable coin. They have $1 billion somewhere that backed up the stable coin that is circulating in the market. That means it will be pegged by dollar because there's a dollar backing it up somewhere. But, so investors will now decide to, whenever they want out, they have to now make sure that they have enough cash to repay anytime. But now, because if you say, okay, you want to sell, you are selling because you are selling back because it was backed up by a dollar already. So either it stayed there, another person will buy. So you have to, there's a way they do it. But USDT on the other hand, UST, is now what we call agreement-tick stable coin. It is by code. There's nothing backed it up. It relies on code. That's the mistake. So now, what are the things backed up? Just like fiat currency is backed up by the faith of the people. So now it's backed up by constant market activity and share belief in order to keep it pegged to the dollar. That means you need to keep holding it. So now, when they do all these things and they use the, Luna as a base currency to hold it up. So that means UST and Luna are interconnected somewhere. And then that was why they begin to buy Bitcoin to back up the UST. And you get it. They don't have money like dollars somewhere that back it up. They use Bitcoin to back it up. So now, for the last 6 months, investors have been buying UST. Most of you may not understand that. Where I told us that we're going to look at our protocol Terra, where you now put your USDT and then you earn money. I wanted to talk about it, even lending. They have lending protocol. We've been talking about how you can lend money. You can buy this and put it there and lend, buy the USD and put it and earn 20% yield. So now, they have this borrowing and lending platform. We call it Anchor Protocol. This Anchor Protocol offers 20% yield to anyone who bought USD and lend it to the protocol. So when this opportunity was announced, many critics immediately likened it to a Ponzi scheme. They say it's too much. How would they pay? 20%, and it's a stable coin. How do they pay and all that? So even the team members, we are aware, people were talking about it. They say, well, that they just want to make people to know about it. That's what they want to do to make sure. That's why they're giving such hard returns just to sell UST in the market. The same way Uber and other new products that are coming discounted their rise beginning from their existence when you are starting something, just like the way to enter the market, you need to make something different, make your price lower, do what others are not doing so that people will not know what you are doing and comment. That was what they did. But that was a mistake. Now, when they are doing that, that's a problem. People are putting USD, which is a stable coin, and they are earning 20% yield. So a lot of people were putting their money into that protocol, and they are earning from a stable coin that is not making money, but is backed by Luna. And then they were buying more Bitcoin into their reserve. So to me, the crypto community increasingly think that Terra was attacked. It is true, there was an attack. That means Terra protocol have some weakness if there's an attack. So if you have a weakness, you can always expect someone that is bigger than you to use that weakness, and we have seen it with Terra. So people saw the weakness. What the weakness? That 20% they are given. And people are buying it and storing it. That means the ways are getting, and they're getting more, and they're using it, lending it, putting it there to lend, to do this, and then collect. They will not put, and then they take a stable coin and they move up to go and buy some other things. The lending platform is where the problem is, and the amount they are giving. Now, there is a tweet, somebody tweets concerning an attack. People are not looking into that place. And I look into that tweet. which he said, he said from a Twitter thread, he said over 9,000 retweets have it and 31 likes that argue that one cryptocurrency wallet dumped 350 million worth of USD in an attempt to crash the stable coin below $1 and force the Luna Foundation Group to sell its Bitcoin reserve in order to keep the peg. Now, if you are buying Bitcoin, so when many people sold, about 350 million, then the need of the thing will drop because what is backing it is not reserve. The reserve is just that you are just backing, nothing is backing, you are just buying something and putting, say, okay, you use it as to just, the Bitcoin was used for you to get it and then use it to buy back or into the market to buy this thing that these people have sold in order to keep it $1. It's something that will fail. And people are getting this thing 20% yield. So when the guy dumped the 350 million worth of USD, it brings the price down. So when it brings the price down, look at the trade here. I brought the trade for you to see. It said how to make $800 million in crypto attacking the one-third largest stable coin Terra. Everyone is talking about the UST attack right now, include Janet Yellen, but no one is talking about how much money the attacker made or how brilliant it was. Let's dig in. So now let me dig into it. Let me explain what I mean. Because the trade that the claim attacker had a major Bitcoin short position. He has a short position on Bitcoin that he has opened, and it looks as if the Bitcoin will go up. So, and wanted to push the price of Bitcoin down. So, and he knows that these people have billions of it. If they put it in the market, price will come down. So by selling whale-size UST holdings, the attacker would cause panic. Everything, this thing are just panic. Because he sell it and this thing drop, the crypto market is not yet strong. I don't know why. Little thing cause panic. The thing will just spiral out of control. So it caused panic, pushing the Luna Foundation Group to offload its Bitcoin to save USD and tank the cryptocurrency price. As things went south, the threat circulated that the attacker made a profit of over 800 million. Once the trade moved out, they circulated as somebody have dropped this thing, they just spread the food inside the market. Everybody starts selling. People are now like, what is happening? From there, USD went down. And then next thing, the blockchain started minting more Luna. In order to make sure that it keep this one down, Luna start going down because the circulating supply of Luna was now being minted more. That's another misstep from their own blockchain area. They didn't destroy the minting. That means, why did they leave the minter open for it to mint? Because what they were doing before is that every USDT sold, $1 will be used to now burn Luna. Then how do you now open your minter to now mint and spiral out of control and start minting more token from 100 million to now 6 trillion? So the more it mints, the more it mints, the more it will go down. Because of that flaw, that's why they want to now open up it, go to a fork of it, because this one now they did here is a misstep. So if they continue, they can't hold UST or Luna up with this. It will not work. There's a very big mistake. So live withdrawals appear to be timed precisely at the moment when Luna was most vulnerable. Luna was most vulnerable because of this. So people are now taking out, a lot of things. They mark the ecosystem, the people, the community was not, they don't have that trust much. Because when this little thing happened, the next thing everybody do, now just to your tent, oh Israel, withdrawals, we are going on here and there, people are selling, people are doing, the whole team bring both Bitcoin and everything down. If that is true, the guy has really achieved what he wants to achieve. But it's pain, it pained me that one person can manipulate a whole crypto market. If this is true, although we're still looking at what happened, it's just all these things are speculations. Are you getting? So, but some blockchain experts said last week that wealthy investors pull up a maneuver in which they borrowed huge amounts of Bitcoin to buy USD with the intention of making huge profit when the value of USD fell, otherwise known as short selling. That was caused it. But now, there are so many causes. Some are blaming the government, some are blaming this, but we don't even know what happened. So all these things are speculations until they come up with facts. How would they come up with facts? They need to look at the thread, look at the wallet, that did this, that did that, what really happened, who spread the news that really caused the market to go. They are still looking into that until they get what it is, because this thing is over 116 in April. So why did it just go down to that point? We bought this Luna when it was $4, right? And we bought it less than that. But when it was $4, we asked us to buy again last year. We moved to $10, we bought and all that. But even when they're saying they're going to do, those who bought at $7, they say you don't get anything. I'm going to go into that on the new plan that they're coming up with, which the community is not happy about. Because the life savings of many Luna investors vanished in a matter of days. I stake Luna. I have something in their protocols and everything. Those go on. You get it. But that is business for you. People, if you look at some people are having mental health conditions, health issues, complicated. Some people are contemplating suicide. But these are people, that means we still have people who are very low when it comes to investment and thought. How will somebody contemplating suicide because of a Luna, a business that went down, and you are thinking of dying? Some are saying, I'm going through the darkest moment of my life, most severe mental pain of my life. This one has happened. It doesn't seem real that I lost $180,000. One poster posted everywhere. Some posted $2 million that they've lost. This is money. It doesn't equate to life. But sincerely, we can't sugarcoat it, just like I said. This is the darkest moment in crypto. We've not seen it like this before. If I've seen it, I would have told you. I've been here a long time. I've not seen it before. Well, what that means in crypto, anything can happen. Now, Terra is looking into the trade that prompted the week's volatility across the cryptocurrency market. They are looking at the trade. Who did it? They have been told, Fortune asked them questions, they send them an email. They are looking into their system to find out who did what and how it happens and all that. And we have a lot of independent expert analysis that have also begun tracking the sources of this week event, because it really affects everybody. And hopefully we'll have more clarity in the following weeks. So don't worry, we'll have more clarity in the following weeks. Things will get better. We'll begin to see things. I know it's painful. Most of you have Luna. Most of you staked it. And some don't even have at all. I know some of you here don't have Luna. Some that have. It's okay. Fine. Relax. They're talking about compensation, but they say they are going to go to those who bought it at a high price or something. And all that. But we'll look at it then. It is Terra that dragged down Bitcoin and the whole crypto market. No doubt about it. Yes, the market was shaking, but Terra just come and drag the whole thing. That was what is affecting virtually everything in the crypto space now is at a halt because of Terra. And people are in big shock right now. What really happened? But that is it. What really happened? I know that before Terra crash, cryptocurrency value were already on the decline. The impact to the Federal Reserve raising the interest rate, they talk about it, that they were going to raise interest rate to stop inflation. And that one has caused a lot of people not to spend money and all that. But USD crash put another dent in the overall market. So now it just told a lot of things that brought the whole market down. I'm going to send us this document. so that we'll be able to go through it and look into more plans and things that they talk about. There's so many things that are put here because there's ripple effects of what they have done and what to do. Maybe I'll just post it in the Crypto Challenge group so that you can go through it, read more, and understand what you need to do and what happens. So regulations could tighten, because of this, they will bring regulations. Yes, that's why we are still suspecting the government sponsoring what really happened, because these regulations is like trying to come into stable coins mainly and other things. And now UST has given them the opportunity that when they talk about it, because even venture capitalists would not want to come into this system if these things are not regulated. People are not followed through to check on things and how it's done. So it's something that we need to look in and check, okay, what are their plans? What are they going to do? And other things that they need to talk about. Now, what is Terra planning? We know that Terra, this is Terra Luna, just like I said. If you go here, you find out, the price is 6 trillion now. This is, look at total supply. It's huge. And because of that, it's really affected the market. And when it's affecting the market, that means things will continue to go south. So I don't know, what I'm trying to find out is if the blockchain is still minting more Luna. If it's not minting more Luna, okay, better. That means things will stabilize. But if they have not stopped the minting from minting more Luna, because the more Luna comes into the market, the more it will go down. So that's why we tell those who bought at the time we bought it at that time, it was 4004 or something, 0004. Are you getting 005 or 003, wherever you bought it at that time? It cannot get to that price, I know. But the point we made, that was, I said, if you bought it at that time, you are still in profit, the time they just listed it. But now, but the way it is now, if they are still minting, if the blockchain is still minting some Luna, that means price will continue to go down, no matter how many volume people are putting into the system, except they start burning. But they are talking about burning, but they will not be able to burn more of it. So if they start to burn, they need to burn it, at least let them burn it to 1 billion. It will remain 1 billion. But as they are looking at, they said, okay, the best thing is to now create a fork. Why they allow this one to still be? They're not taking this one away, it's going to be there, but they are going to airdrop. I'm going to show you more things that they said they will do. And I'm going to post the link where you begin to read more of their plans as well as they go. But now, look at this now. They summoned the parliamentary hearing following UST and Luna crash. They summoned Duan to come. He's a Korean, he's a South Korean. So the South Korean parliament summoned him to come to explain what he needs to do. That's on the 17th that he needs to come, that's yesterday. To summon him, the Korean Conservative Party requested to have a hearing about the Terra incident. The politician noted Korean exchanges each reacted differently to the crash. He wanted to invite both Du and the exchanges to learn more about the details of what they have. So they invited him to come, and he has bring in so many things to make sure that things went well. So now, the one proposed is Terra revival, including token redistribution plan. There's a redistribution plan that they are having. So he has proposed the revival. It's after 2 days of silence. The Terra Foundation has issued a new governance proposal to keep the community alive and compensate token holders. They want to compensate token holders and those ones. But the way they want to do it, the community is not just happy about some of the things that they want to do, because the compensation is not going to be for everybody, it's just for some. So Terraform Labs co-founder who has tabled a proposal to preserve the Terra ecosystem following the pegging of its anonymity stablecoin, USD, and the resulting death spiral that plunged Terra Luna tokens to practically zero. So now he's talking about what to do and how to go about it. And some people are coming out to support Polygon and others extended helping hand to Terra blockchain projects. So they want to, have a helping hand what they will do to bring it. They will come back. But the point remains that based on their plan that they want to do, this is what they do, hard fork to save the ecosystem. That's the plan. So what is hard fork is to create another, blockchain of the same blockchains and all that. So on Monday, the one co-founder of the troubled Terra Luna blockchain announced a revised plan to restore the ecosystem after a combination of significant market volatility and inherent protocol design flaws wiped out a vast majority of the blockchain market cap. As told by Kwan, Terraform Labs will put forth a new governance proposal on May 18. That's today. That's what I told you that they did today. Are you getting? And then the Terra Luna blockchain called Terra token named Luna. However, the new chain will not be linked to the Terra USD stablecoin. Meanwhile, the old Terra blockchain will continue to exist with USD and will be called Terra Classic. Are you getting? Under Kwan's plan, if passed, the new Luna blockchain will go live on May 27th. That's this month. So they are going to create another blockchain that will look like the other one. That's a hard fork of the blockchain of their former blockchain. So now, when they now create it, it will work like the same, but there will be some changes. Remember, a blockchain cannot be changed. It cannot be altered. They have created it. There are some flaws there, and they can't start amending it. So they need to create a new one, but following what was there, but now correcting the little things that made this thing happen. That means we'll still have Luna and have what we call Luna Classic. Luna Classic, then Luna. So now, under the new proposal, the new Luna tokens will be airdropped to LUNC holders, USD holders, and essential developers of the Terra Classic blockchain. In addition, Terraform Labs, wallet, and the addresses. This one will be removed from the whitelist for the airdrop, thereby making Terra a fully community-owned chain. The proposed supply of NOK is capped at 1 billion, with 25% going to the community pool, 5% to this. This is where they put the whole system here. This is where, on this link, I'll send us to see the Terra of the Terra Revival plan. So let me go straight to developers mining pool. You can read more. Let me show you the distribution plan. Terra announcement, wait. Technical, okay, token distribution. They say community pool 25% controlled by state governance, 10% a mark for developers. Pre-attack Luna holders. Those who have Luna, they will airdrop 35% of the token to them. All bonded, unbonded Luna minus TL pre-attack snapshot staking derivatives for wallets with 1 million Luna, 1 year cliff, another 2 years vesting thereafter, another. Then pre-attack a USD holders 10%, 500K well cap, covers up to 99.7. So these are these. Post-attack Luna holders 10%, staking derivatives included, 15% on lock, Genesis 85% vest over 2 years thereafter with 6 months cliff. Okay, these are the distributions. So now, definition, pre-attack snapshot to be taken at a Terra Classic block, and then post-attack snapshot to be taken at a Terra Classic block. Okay, all tokens locked or vesting are staked at Genesis and must be unbounded to be liquid, to become liquid. All right, technical details, chain of grid to comment. So now they did the thing today, but the community was accepting something and the one was accepting something different, and he decided to still go ahead to what he did. They said they would do that today, which they did, but the community didn't agree much on what he did. But he believed that what he wants to do is the right thing that will save Terra. That was the reason why I said, because the community, if the community have believed in what he wants to do now, based on the support, everybody agree on it, then I would say, go and buy more Luna now, because more people are going to be buying the Luna because they said they were going to airdrop to those who owns it, but they're not going to airdrop to those who bought this low now, the dip. They know you're already in profit. How are they going to airdrop something to you when you're already in profit? So now, some people may decide, okay, let me sell and wait for the new one that is coming on May 27th, and for me to buy. Or let's buy and make money before that time we'll sell and then go. So sentiments will be going around on Luna right now. So if you're in profit already, take some profit if you bought it at that time. Take some profit now, and let's look at what will happen so that your profit will not wipe out, because the community didn't agree on the man straight ahead. So something is wrong somewhere. There's a disagreement, but he decided that he wants to go on to create a fork. But to me, I believe that what he wants to do is a good thing. Blockchain cannot be changed. That's why some people who don't understand how blockchain works, they will be angry. He cannot even correct this thing on that same blockchain. It's hard. So the best thing is to create a hard fork of the same blockchain, but create it and then correct whatever happens by now developing this, now getting 1 billion Luna, and then lock it and then remove the minter, and then this one will still be there. But now they need to correct the more creating of the tokens. And then a bond system need to come up where they will create a bond wallet in order to start bonding the 6 trillion. It's too much. So with that, no matter the billions that are being poured into Luna, and if that blockchain is still creating more token, that means it's a coin, right? It has its own blockchain. If that is started creating a coin, more Luna coin, that means there will be more problem. The price will continue to plummet. So that is the issue that we are facing right now. There's a lot to learn on Luna, but thank God that the project is huge and they're still trying to save it. But most people who have lost millions may not get it back. All they just have to look for are ways and means to recover in another way. Now, the question is, how do you recover if you are part of those who lost money in Luna? It's to stay put. If you have stake Luna or whatever, and then the money I've got, let's look at, let them get this, then we begin to know, okay, the airdrop they are going to do, is it for who? The stakers, those who believe in it before, or those who they feel, okay, you're already in far profit, you didn't take profit. That's why they just feel, okay, they will not touch you. You have the opportunity to take big profit, you didn't take the profit. Even some of them who are talking about $2 million, everything you have on crypto is unrealistic loss or unrealistic gain. Any gain you've not taken on the profit, you've not taken on the table is unrealistic until you take it. Every loss that you have. But for Luna own, it may be a permanent loss. Because no matter what, I don't see them correcting that will make people Luna again, this particular one, to go back to $50 for those who bought it at that price. So it may be a permanent loss, depending on when you buy. But for those who buy it very cheap, $4 or so, the thing went to $100, it didn't sell, it didn't take profit, maybe that's a problem. Because no matter what, there is always a take profit point in every coin. Just like we are looking at Brew Lab, now let it touch $1. If you have about 200,000 pieces of it, you touch $1, oh, that's $200,000. You can decide to sell $100,000 and then leave the other one. No matter what, anything that happened to Brew Lab, your $100,000, it can't be compared with how much you used to buy. So you're already in profit. If anything happened to Brew Lab later in the long run, you will not be crying that you are part of the people who lost money in Brew Lab. You can't. So that's just how this thing works. There must be a take profit point. When you get to this point, yes, it may go up further, but this is where I want to take my profit. And once you get to this point, I'm taking my profit. Now, the market will reverse back. So whatever will happen, whether in Brew Lab or anything, I don't know the prices of all those of our coins, which we are going, that's not our major training today. I just want to open us up to the crypto, what happened and what they are doing to revive it. They are trying to revive, but there are those who have gotten a permanent loss that cannot be recovered. All you just have to do, okay, just count it as loss and then find a way out. If you have Luna before, you bought it at so and so price, they want to do this and then airdrop. Maybe the airdrop will get to you and then you get some money. If it didn't get to you, all we have to look for now, when are they coming up back again? We check the sentiment around it and buy it low. Simple. Buy low and then keep it going. And from there, you can recover as you continue to go forward. So I thank you for today. And then now, if you leave this on our YouTube channel, you can now, make your comment, talk about what you feel, what your plans are, what you want to do going forward on this. We'll still talk more about Luna. We've not seen the last of it. They are having a lot of things going on now. So in every of our analysts, we'll be talking about Luna. What are they doing right now? What are the plans? There's too much to learn about them. I like the way the people come of the Terra Foundations are out to find a way to bring back, at least to salvage their name. They are not the cost of it. Yes, they make the misstep by putting it there, but they are out, sticking their neck out to see a way to bring back the ecosystem back, because it would be too bad for Terra Luna to just go like that. No. The ecosystem was so robust, so good. I've never seen a legacy project go down the drain before. That's why so many people only believe in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. So now, if this was just like, it just went up like that, people will not be saying, when you make profit, put it back to Ethereum, put it back to Bitcoin, put it back to BNB. At least we know that these ones, they understand the market and they are going to stay here. So that's just it. But we have a lot of top legacy projects there that are still doing well. So it's not only that, but Luna just shut the whole thing out of the system this week. But we know that with time we are going to survive. So it's time for questioning. If you have any question, you can ask me right now. God bless you.